having been established as being one of the more interesting Robs, I guess you could say, in a while. We'll definitely have to see how they respond to the pressures, of Winners Semifinal. That was Winners Quarterfinal that happened. We're going to kick things off in semis between Sxips.
Sxips and Inu running it off to Smashville right now. The big Croc versus the pretty princess, magic one in herself, Zelda. This is a very interesting pick for the first level right here, because Zelda is the kind of character who, as we all know, I don't need to even tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway, she loves to control space with that Phantom Knight. It's probably her best move by any stretch and by any of the imagination, you know what I mean. It's just incredible that back here is going to take the stock, and on a small stage like Smashville, that could spell disaster for a big character like Rool if he can't beat her to the punch in time.
Yeah, that is a rough way to start, and if you're Inu will have to get confirmation on that. Either way, it's Sxips kind of in the driver's seat right now, as frankly they kind of earned that. It's interesting to see how Rool's interact on Wi-Fi, I guess, just because it's pretty much tailor-made for this kind of game mode, and yet we saw a few Rools kind of stick around even through the offline era. Some pretty notable placements from them, particularly from individuals like Ben Gold from Australia, just kind of dominating the whole continent with Rool, all characters.
Yeah, you know, the whole spiel of Rool having this reputation as a Wi-Fi character is one thing, but if you ask most Rool mains, they will usually, as the back air takes a stock, a lot of them will say that he is a better character than meets the eye. I mean, he is generally not considered to be the worst heavy anymore by the common opinion, which is, you know, the opposite. It used to be a very common opinion that he was. But nowadays, if you ask a lot, as the downbeat does not take the stock, I should say, that he isn't. And, you know, he's got this reputation as like a Wi-Fi character, but I feel like he's got a little bit more than that on top of it. You know, you're the kind of character who's got frame data to impress Rool. That is where, you know, all those Twitter clips come from and everything. But when you're a lot of other characters in this game that actually do have to respect him in a lot of situations, that is where Rool becomes, at the very least, a little more real, despite the extra frames of lag that Wi-Fi provides.
Yeah, now as we're getting, the jab into the yeet the feet, gonna make Sxips burn a few of their resources off stage, and yeah, this is not where Rool lives. This is where Rool dies. Sxips is going to have to come up with something big to, even get past Sentry, but at that point in Tunis, you're not even going to get that far. It's an impressive, pretty resourceful comeback here for a minute.
Big, thick body Crocodile with one of the more exploitable recoveries in this game, going up against a character with the most non-committal edge guarding in the entire game. Now listen, I know I didn't do well in school, algebra or whatever was not my strong suit, but it doesn't take a genius to solve that math equation, alright? That is in fact where Rool dies, as well as doing unsafe options on the shield of Zelda with a character with one of the best, not even just out of shield, but combo breakers in this game in the lightning kick, both the front and the back. That case just happening to be the front. Too big of a body to do anything about it. The frame data not coming in clutch for Rool right there. Take a look at it again. Yep. It's unsafe forward tilt right in the neck, too. Oh, my God. And those are like Sephora heels. You know what I'm talking about? Those are spiky. You know, you walk down like Saks Fifth Avenue, there's a reason that catches anybody's eye who walks by those in the windows, my friend. They're sharp and they are powerful. They're on Zelda, and they do 30% damn. That's going to do it. Inu taking the first game.
Yeah, that is a big old yikes. I mean, nothing to be surprised
about. Too, yeah.
Nothing to be surprised about. This individual did, in fact, take 13th place at Xanadu Online 395. That was the one that was 2 weeks ago. During the course of that tournament, by the way, beating 17 in the Ditto by a score of 2-1. Last one wound up being a win for Inu on Pokemon Stadium. But now we're going to step into the octagon of Smashville. Closer quarters, perhaps, for this Rool to work with. And, perhaps you need every advantage that you can get in Tunis after you get reverse 3-stop.
Mm-hmm. And hey, Skip saying the stage had nothing to do with that. You know, small stage like Smashville, you would imagine, Stu, that a character like Rool would be able to get crazy oppressed by Zelda right here, but more than anything else... Oh! No. Okay, my man K. Rool saying I shop at Sephora too, alright? This tiara, this crown don't come from nowhere. Okay, I walk down Saks Fifth Avenue just like you, alright? I'm just as fabulous. Beautiful setup. Oh, and an even better setup! This ain't gonna do it. It's not gonna kill, of course, but my god, what a brilliant shield break, countering and reflecting the Phantom Knight right back at Zelda, saying take that donation for your favor. I got this one.
Talking about all these designer brands, well, we got Sxips putting on the Ritz in front of the Zelda. That is absolutely nutty. The stock take and then the 0% shield break. Obviously, you're not going to kill with the smash at the ledge there, but still putting on 28 percentage points just free. I'm pretty sure Sxips takes that any day of the week, but they need that crown back if they want to establish themselves. Well, gets thrown off the stage and respawns off the stage. That's you gotta love how life works out sometimes. Either way, Sxips, I mean, they find themselves taking a stock right here. They will be in a relatively dominant position.
For sure, but he's got to get off the ledge first, which against Zelda is already not an easy task in and of itself. You know, you got the second heaviest character in the game wait for you. You know, my 600-pound life. That's a crocodile for sure, but, you know, all that, you know, heavy weight doesn't really matter if you can't get off the ledge. But hey, I mean, Sxips was able to find a way, getting thrown this time. The up throw, actually going to do it against K. Rool there. Beautiful stuff coming out from Inu, trying to bring this one back. Going off the level, you know, just to wait out the invulnerability if Sxips is respawn off of the Angel platform. But stage control still very much in the favor of Sxips here. It's now the roles are reversed, Stu.
Yeah, I mean, Sxips got themselves in a little bit of trouble against Inu. Again, a very capable Zelda, at least comfortable enough in the Ditto to beat people like 17 in it, and also finishing third in DNA just a month ago, beating individuals like Echo Sean's and Turtle Hand's Monkey Bang Q in the process before going down in Losers Final. That is going to be a stock take from Sxips. Pretty capable player. It's sitting at 24%. Now, that's not deep enough, Nintunis, though I did see that face you made.
No, dude, it wasn't even a matter.
No one else did, but you can't fool me, Nintunis.
If I could see my own face right now, I would have very much loved to see it too. It wasn't even necessarily the distance, dude. It was more so the fact that Sxips was fast falling, and K. Rool has quite the fast fall speed. He sinks like, as you can imagine by looking at him, he sinks like an anchor. Is that beautiful? My God, what a beautiful teleport cancel on the part of Inu right there. Trying to keep Sxips on his toes right here with this beautiful movement on the part of him. I mean, Inu's definitely going to have to keep electing stuff like that if she wants to bring this back. Or Sxips could just continue to do unsafe options on Inu's block like that. Don't get me wrong. I know how irritating of a character Zelda can be to deal with from a distance, and then while you're finally up close, you think you finally broke the zone. I'm finally in on her. It's totally cool. I could just hit her now. But no, a lot of stuff is very unsafe on that block for the lightning kick, but not if the armor comes clutch for Sxips right there to secure a game 3 in this set. My goodness.
Sound the bugle. Sxips just got themselves a win in top 8 of this DNA season 9 week 10, and yeah, they've been putting in the work over the past couple of weeks. Haven't entered tournaments really at all this year until just this past week. The first one that they entered was a Galaxy Gambit, and that not doing too terribly. Could definitely have done better. It was a couple days after that, Mega Smash Monday 45, that they wound up really kicking it into gear with wins over EVA, the Yoshi, and Zane the Duck Hunt. That one was by a score of 2-0. So when you're talking about someone like Sxips, who is pretty notorious K. Rool, maybe just kind of trying to find their rhythm in these bigger brackets. But once you get into the waters of DNA, especially on winner's side, you never quite know what to expect, especially when you're going right back to Smashville against Zelda.
Those are not even matchups that you're talking about either, man. Duck Hunt can definitely spell a very, very hard time for a character like K. Rool. You can imagine all these projectiles against this big body trying to keep the way. Not to mention the mobility factor on top of that. So, hey, some crazy dubs for Sxips on the way back here. And you can tell he's already proven himself here at Winners Semifinals, guaranteed a top 5 spot in this here bracket. Not that ain't nothing to slouch on with like some pretty heavy hitters like Rivers in this bracket, who is sitting in the losers bracket, mind you, but we'll get on that later. Smashville is the pick for the best of 3 final game here in this set. And let's just get into it.
Of course, you're talking about Rivers, who wound up going down in the bracket to Lardo. Sxips had to beat in order to get to this point. I believe it was Sxips. We're gonna have to take a look at that bracket. Yeah, that was the winners quarterfinal, like right before we went on. And Lardo, that's 3 games, 3 shield breaks, and yeah, that's gonna be another stock. See you later, Zelda.
Oh god,
How many are we gonna see tonight?
This must be the season of... I was gonna say it's the season of the witch, but clearly it's just... we're crocodile hunting out here, man. Might have taken a trip to the Outback. Crazy stuff. And it's also just such a wild thing to be able to fight Zelda in the meat like that and constantly break her shields, too. Because as I was even mentioning before, you gotta watch yourself hitting Zelda's block. You know, it can be really annoying to fight her from a distance, and then when you're finally up close, not be able to... Oh, God. That was a double reflect, too. That did extra knockback. That damn near almost killed Stu.
You gotta love a game of Pong breaking out in the middle of bracket. But either way, this is going to be Enu getting grabbed and probably upset. Oh, okay. Turns out I was wrong about that, but yeah, that skull just has so much. I mean, it pokes at dang near everything. Getting up aired by K. Rool, honestly, is absolutely infuriating. I couldn't even tell you why. Just you feel like you should be able to beat it, but you just don't. And certainly, moves like up smash, no exception to that.
It's a pretty terrifying thing to get buried by K. Rool. That, like, not even just kill percent, but like the percent just before kill percent, where you know you really have to be very, very on point with your mash out if you want to get out of that. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Stu. You know, there's some percents where you feel like, nah, this isn't gonna hit, but sometimes you just gotta be perfect, and ain't no such thing as perfect in a perfect world, as they say. Oh, they're gonna do it, though. Resetting the situation. We're down to the last stock at winners semifinals here. Best of 3 between Inu and Sxips. Hope you guys want this right now for sure to have a chance at getting into the first best of 5 set of the evening. Let's just see which one wants it more, Stu. It's looking... Oh, my God. It's looking a little dangerous for Sxips right now.
It's always problematic when royalty refuses to acknowledge one another. I mean, just 2 kingdoms clashing, and you got Shadow Sentries, and not a single Kremlin in sight for K. Rool, which you'd think would put them at a disadvantage. Nevertheless, Sxips holding their own despite being down in terms of damage. Yeets the beat into the chest of Sxips. It's going to hurt, especially since you can't get off ledge all that easily. You're going to be made to burn a lot of resources here, and Sxips is still not going to be able to get off of this. You're going to be made to get back onto the platform. Enu trying to finish this up, but misses, and they could pay for this with their stock.
Cannot express in any words or poems the likes of Ernest Hemingway or whoever how damn lucky Sxips was to get off the level in that situation. The Pharaoh's Wind reversing it right there. This could easily be death, but the timing of the counter is going to be able to reflect the Phantom Knight right back at it. Can he do it again? No, the regrab, and this should be it. The up throw is going to do it against the King K. Rool right there. Inu is going to take that 2-1 against Sxips with a smile on their face and a little swag magic on their finger as well. That was so hard fought on the part of Inu. My goodness. Let's take a look at this crazy setup again in terms of the shield break. Just running up with that down smash, man. Reminiscent of Incineroars, you know, just so quick to the punch, not to mention armor on the way down. So even if you see it coming, it might just get you regardless, as well as that beautiful reflect almost killing before. It seemed early on, Stu. It seemed early on that Sxips might have had this game in the bag, but we're taking a look at these reversals right here and the lightning kicks, as well as these crazy just throw combos coming out from Inu as well, man. What a slobber knocker of a set. And of course, the final kill cam right here. Play that Overwatch music. And
here we go. Yeah. Just a general unwillingness to relinquish the set from Inu that really spelled the difference for them in that entire set. The fact that this set started out, as a reverse 3 stock, just really should tell you that there's a little something more to this, to the Zelda, other than, just being able to execute. Though certainly their ability to finish things off at Legend and Tunist wound up being the difference in this match.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I gotta be honest. Sxips even almost bringing that game back from the depths of hell. But the reason he did is because he got like, there had to have been some sort of divine intervention, which is not something that normally happens for a king, or something that I personally believe shouldn't happen for one as cruel as Rool, to say the least.